desperate man promised him heaven with a wicked plan. He walked through fire, he drowned in the rain. But love's just a weapon in a devil's game. Gypsy rose in a mommy killer's gown, ruby shadow creeping through the town. Demona's whisper cuts like a knife. No fairy tale here, just a twisted life. The moon don't shine where the kid play. No angels sing, just the crow's ballet. She don't pick the weak, she picks the strong. Leaves them broken with a hollow song. Gypsy rose in mommy killer's gown, ruby shadow creeping through the town. Demona's whisper cuts like a knife. No fairy tale here, just a twisted life. Ruby shadow creeping through the town. Demona's whisper cuts like a knife. No fairy tale here, just a twisted life.
Hello, good morning on this Sunday. Let's say hi to my peoples. Good morning, Misty. Hey, J13. Do you like Jayla? I had to start out with Jayla. Come on now. Give me my ticket. Everybody get some good energy to Misty, our girl. She's got lupus, but what you need to do, if you can, you need to retire from that job. Just saying, that's my opinion. Hello, Kick person. How you doing? I love your emoji. Hello, Kick. Yes, promote me. Yeah, it has. Jayla always brightens up people's day. And hello, who's ever in the bushes. I appreciate every one of you. Misty, if we live closer, we could go through our depressions together. But I see my psychiatrist this week, so there's that. You know what happened yesterday? I had a panic attack. I haven't had one of those since 2007 or 8. Fucking horrible. I've been thinking about quitting. Finally just Billy, but I'm afraid of losing everything. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, we're going to be going through Dee Dee's autopsy. Now, this is what I'm going to say. God, I hope you know what? I need to find the toxology report. Hold on a minute. But I better put this up to be safe in case the subject matter. But we're reading it. We're reading it, okay? Hold on a minute. I'm going to go and see if I can find the toxology. Hold on. I hope I can. Toxology. No, God. I forgot to do better research. I'm sorry. Yeah, you need to see your doctor too. Yeah, he's got to do something about this anxiety I'm having. It was fucking horrible. Sorry about the language, people. All right, let's get to it. This is Dee Dee's autopsy. Hold on. It's a lot. Okay, first I want to start with, this is so weird. Hold on a minute. I can't share everything. The hell's going on around here? So I thought this was going to be a report from the medical examiner. Hold on. Because I want to see from, the professionals, right? The ones that actually do this shit. All right. Oh my God. Sorry, guys. Okay, you can see it good. All right. Homicide, 6/14/2015, 15:13 hours. Let's see, the report time was 7/9/2015. Enter time was 7/9/2015. Remarks, Jay Walker's autopsy report. But this goes to, is that it? Okay. It's supplemental report, so whatever that means. On June 15th at approximately 20:30 hours, Sergeant Ben Julian and I went into 916 North Campbell, Springfield, Missouri, the location of Greene County Medical Examiner Office. We were there to observe an autopsy of Dee Dee. Also present for the autopsy was Chief Forensic Investigator Tom Vanderberg and forensic pathologist Dr. Jeff Hartley. The autopsy did not get underway until 20:50 hours. Dee Dee was measured, and oh my God, she was only 5'2" and weighed 255 pounds. After she was removed from the body bag she had been in, Sergeant Julian collected it as evidence. Dee Dee's hands were covered with white bags to protect any possible evidence they may have gotten on them. You know what? Let me say something. No, I'll wait. Sergeant Julian collected the bags as evidence. Why did you say that again? Just saying. Dee Dee was dressed in some type of nightshirt or short nightgown, in a white in color, and had small white flowers, small green leaves on it. The top had what appeared to be blood on the front, sides, and back. Also, the back of the gown had several cuts on it. The cut was consistent with a knife going through the material. Dee Dee was not wearing pants or of any type, nor was she wearing underwear. Dee Dee was wearing a necklace around her neck. The necklace consisted of a thin, dark string with a pendant of a photo of Jesus on it. Wow. The string of the necklace had been cut in 3 pieces. What? Where it went around the back of her neck. Sergeant Julian collected the night garment and the necklace Dee Dee was wearing. She was photographed prior to her top and necklace being removed. Dee Dee was photographed several times during the autopsy. Sorry, got to turn off my notifications. Jesus. Sorry. Okay, computer. Anytime. All right, guys. Sorry. Okay. Oh! Jesus! It kicked me out and put me somewhere else. Jesus. All right. I reviewed Dee Dee's her injuries. Here we go. And oh my God, no way. What's wrong with my throat? and the condition of her body. There's lividity present on the front of Dee Dee's body, her sides, and on her face. The lividity on Dee Dee's legs showed signs of circular designs and zigzag designs. It appears she may have been lying on something that bore those designs when she passed away. Her face was discolored, swollen. I did not observe any signs of lividity on Dee Dee's back. Dr. Harkley counted 17 wounds to her upper back. An additional cut on her neck appeared deep, 8 inches long, horizontally. There's another horizontally cut on the right side of her neck that appeared deep and was approximately 6 inches. Please refer to autopsy report for exact details and measurements. I looked at Dee Dee's body signs for injuries. There was a faint cut on her left finger that appeared fresh. What? But it's unknown if the cut happened during her homicide. I did not observe any other cuts on her arms, hands, or fingers. There was a faint scratch on her right knee. I noticed what appeared to be a vertical scar on the back of her left calf, just above her ankle, 8 inches long. The scar didn't appear fresh. Dee Dee had very short, dark brown hair. Her legs were unshaven. Fingernails and toenails were polished with pink fingernail polish. I want to say this, people. Her and Gypsy had the same nail polish. I think they, the night before, painted their nails. It appeared that the polish had been applied somewhat recently prior to her death because there was a bit of polish on the bottom of one of her toes and her right foot, on her right foot. Dee Dee had 2 tattoos just above her ankle. One was a fairy and a crescent moon, and one that said Momsy on it. And the other was a cross with a rose with the name Gypsy Rose on it. Dee Dee's right upper ankle, there was a tattoo of a magician with the crystal ball. There was also a tattoo of a pentagram by the wizard. Dee Dee had a tattoo of a scorpion on her back near her left shoulder. She was not wearing any kind of jewelry besides her necklace. Samples of her hair on her head and... Okay, hold on. Investigators pulled samples of her hair, her head, and combed her pubic hair and obtained samples of it. Investigators cut fingernails on the left hand. Sergeant Julian assisted by holding a piece of paper under Dee Dee's hand to capture the nails and any substances around the nails, approximately 3 hours. Nails on her right hand were cut, following the same procedure at 1312. They did buccal swabs in her mouth, vaginal swabs, anal. Sergeant Julian took custody of samples and later placed them in evidence. Sergeant Julian photographed Dee Dee before and during the autopsy. During the autopsy, I asked Dr. Harkley if there's any evidence of food in Dee Dee's stomach. I watched as he checked. I saw what appeared to be peas, something that appeared similar to cottage cheese, and a grayish liquid. Near the conclusion of the autopsy, Dr. Harkley showed Sergeant Julian and I Dee Dee's lungs had been damaged where she was stabbed, and her heart. No, she wasn't. She wasn't. That's all a lie. It's all a lie. Holy shit. I know, I'm 4'10" and a half. Me and my oldest. Oh, God. I don't know. It's sick. Both my grandmas were 4'9", but the other grandmas, oh my gosh, 6'5" and 6'9". I wasn't even 5 foot when I got my first license at 16. Then I shot up to 5'8". Hi, Amanda. Yep, she wasn't. Nope. We're some little people here. We're some littles. Oh, hold on, I got to take a drink. Let's get to the other document. Bear with me, people. Oh, that tastes good. I'm drinking liquid IV. You guys know what that is? Strawberry. Final diagnosis. Hold on a minute. Is this page 1? Okay, I think oh my God. Okay, there's going to be stuff that she was only 48. There's going to be some stuff I'm going to skip through. You want to know why? Because we already read it. Okay. All right, let's see what this says. Make it big. Let's see. We already read that. Here's the history. Okay, we read all that. Oh God, here we go. Medical records dated June 2nd, 2015 indicated that Dee Dee had a past medical history of asthma, gastrology, whatever, reflux disease, thyroid disease, diabetes, headache, hyperlipidemia, and she had cancer. What kind of cancer is this? Hold on a minute. She had cancer? What the fuck? Hold on. I want to see what kind of cancer this is. EN. Okay. What is this? God, I can't see. My eyes are so bad. What kind of cancer is this? Oh, it's in the female productive. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not going to read. Sorry. Let me look at my comments. Anything? Okay, there's nothing. All right. She had surgery, history of hernia repair. Her appendix were taken out, tonsillitis, hysterectomy, and whatever that word is. Gosh. Her prescription medications were not listed in the medical report. It was reported that the medication at the scene were collected by Greene County. Oh my gosh. Is this it on this page? Oh, yeah. All right. Is this the same one? Yeah. Page 2. The body was received in a body bag. It was secured with tamper evident seal. It was marked with the descendant's information. Medical examiner identification tag was on the left ankle. The body was that of a well-developed, obese, white female whose appearance was consistent within the given age of 48 years. She was 5'2", 225 pounds. Okay, he's talking about what she was wearing. We already went through all this. We already went through that. Evidence of injury. All right. There were 17 wounds. For purpose of description, the wounds, I'm going to call them wounds, are numbered 1 through 17. Okay? Upper and middle back, 13 wounds. Behind the top of the left shoulder, 1 inch of the skin surface. Center was 18.5 inches below the top of the head, was 5 and 5/8 inches to the left of the posterior midline of the back or the body. Sharp upper end and sharp lower end. Wound direction is back to front. This is just one. This is just one. This is number 1. What the hell? Where am I? Wound track is 3 and 1/8 inch deep, passes through the skin, fat, muscles, ends on the center of the upper back. All right. Somewhat transversely, 5/8 on the skin surface. This is 2, you guys. Center of the wound is 11.5 inches below the top of the head. 5/8 inches to the center. Okay, 5 inches to the left midline of the back or body. Sharp left and sharp. I don't know these words, and I'm not going to try to pronounce them. Wound direction is back to front. Wound track is 1.5 inches deep, passes through the skin, fat, and muscle. Left side, number 3. Left side of the upper back. 1 3/4 inch on the skin. Center of the wound is 11.5 inches below the top of the head and 4 3/4 inches to the left of the posterior midline of the body. Sharp left. Okay, I can't say these words. I'm sorry, guys. Wound direction is back to front, left to right, downward. Wound track is 5 inches deep through the skin, fat, and muscles to the chest wall to where it penetrates into the left chest muscle or through the muscle on the third left intercostal space. The upper edge of the lower lobe at the left lung at the, oh my God, look at these words. Holy crap. Portion of the, I'm going to go right here. Portion of the upper lobe of the left lung. Okay, you guys. Oh my God. Why do they do these hard words? These are hard words, people, for me. You get it. You get it. You read it. I make it big for you people too. 4. Center of the upper back. Longitude 7 1/8 inch of the skin surface. Center of the wound 11.5 inches below the top of the head and 5/8 inches to the right of the posterior midline of the body. Blunt upper end and sharp lower end. Wound direction is back to front. Wound track is 1 1/4 inch deep, passes through the skin, fat, and muscle. Center of the upper back. 1 inch of the skin surface. Center of the wound is 3 inches below the top of the head and 3/4 inches to the right of the midline of the body. Sharp left and bluntal. God, look at these words. I'm sorry, guys. You guys know I'm not good at reading. Wound direction is back to front, slightly left to right, and downward. Wound track is 2 3/4 inches deep as it passes through the skin, fat, and muscles on the chest wall. Enters into the right cavity through the muscles of the 5th intercostal space next to the spine. Wow. From where the wound track continues for another 3 inches. Lower lobe of the right lung. The wound is 5/8 inches in length of the posterior surface and 1/4 inch in the length of the interior surface. Then perforates the right side of the diaphragm and penetrates into the posterior portion. There we go. Of the right lobe of the liver. Jesus! Hold on, let me take a break. Holy smokes, you guys. Holy. I'm sorry. I know I'm making noise. I'm trying to get comfy in my chair. Oh my God. What do they do? What is Hey, Amber, when are we going live together, girl? Hey, girl. When are we going to do this? Okay, this is very, very, very disturbing to me. Now, I'm going to tell you guys this. I've seen the pictures. I've seen the, I've seen the damage they did to her. It was the most disturbing thing I have seen, right? I mean, I can look at that stuff, but it's like, oh my God, they tried to destroy her. Hold on, I'm going to silence my phone. It's bad, guys. It's really bad. It's really bad. Oh, look what I'm going to do. Look at what I'm going to do. I know I'm whispering. I know. Hold on, I'm coming to my bed. Guess what I get to do? Hold on. Hold up. Where's Melissa? All right, I'm going to send this now. I did it. There we go, Amanda. You got one. Amber, you got one. There we go. Thank you very much. Thank you. Get me out of here. Okay, I got to get back in StreamYard. Hold on. All right. Yeah, I was hoping you guys were going to get one. She's at church. Did you tell her that Joseph Smith lied? Yay. Okay, guys, what do you think? What do you think so far? What do you think? You know what? Autopsies are sad when it comes to a violent crime, especially to children. I don't want to hear about the kids. I'm done with kids. I don't do that no more. No children. But yeah, so the videos or the pictures I've seen are very, very graphic. And she was almost decapitated, by the way. Maybe they'll say that in here. I don't know. I know. And I am no medical examiner and all that, but when I was looking at the pictures, I'm like, some of them look like old wounds or like superficial wounds or cigarette burns. I don't know. But I'm no doctor. I am no investigator. That's just my speculation. All right, let's go. All right. Did I already do the center of the upper back, you guys? No, I didn't. Okay, center of the upper back. She has 1 5/8 inch on the skin surface. Center of the wound is 13 1/4 inches below the top of the head and 1 3/4 inches to the right posture midline of the body. Sharp left. Oh, here we go. Super medical. And the blunt. Oh my God, look at these words. Wound direction is back to front and downward. Wound track is 2.5 inches deep as it passes through skin, fat, muscle on the chest wall. Enters the cavity through the muscles of right 6 space to the spine, from where the wound track continues for another 1.5 inches as it penetrates to the surface of the right lung, lower right. Yes, yes, I do, Amanda. I looked at my chat for a minute. I get yes, yes. You know what? This ain't fair. They that that DA only did this because that was his big huge case. It was election time. That was his case. Do you know that attorney is like her that moved to Louisiana where she's at, and he's like her manager? Come on now, what's going on? Why does she get a sweetheart deal? I know people, cases, I don't, whatever, that they were in another state and they were convicted. Okay, they got the death penalty. There's more than one because they were out of state and allegedly, well, because I don't know if I believe this, was in another state, paid money for these guys to unalive his wife. He got the death penalty for that. And there's many more like that. So I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, it's her manager. I'm not kidding, Amanda. He moved to Louisiana. It's weird. It's weird, people. Okay. Center of the middle back has two components, making it somewhat L-shaped. Longitude is 3/4 inch of the skin surface. Transverse portion is 1/2 inch on the skin surface. Center of the wound is 16 1/4 inches below the top of the head and 2 5/8 inches to the right of the midline of the body. Sharp at both ends. Wound direction is back to front. Wound track is 1 3/4 inch deep. Can you imagine? Could you imagine having to measure all this? And by the way, I've never read this before at all. This is my first time with you guys. Wound track is 1 3/4 inches deep as it passes through the skin, fat, muscles, chest wall, enters into the right pleural cavity through the muscles of the 9th intercostal space next to the spine, from where the wound track continues. Holy crap! Continues for another 1/8 inch as it penetrates into the lower lobe of the right lung. Right side of the upper back. 1 3/4 inch skin deep longitude. Center of the wound is 9 1/2 inches below the top of the head. 3 1/2 inches to the right of the midline of the body. Sharp upper end, blunt lower end. Wound direction is back to front, right to left, and downward. Wow. Wound track is 4 1/2 inches deep, passes through the fat, skin, and muscle. Right side of the upper body, 1 1/8 on the skin surface. Center of the wound is 11 1/4 inches below the top of the head. 3 1/2 inches to the right side of the midline body. And holy crap, look at these words. Sharp left super medial end and sharp intro, whatever, people. You get it. Oh my God, look at all this. Continuing. Wound direction is back to front to back, slightly left to right. Wound track is 4 1/2 inches deep, passes through the skin, fat, and muscles. Right side of the upper back, 1 1/4 inches on the skin surface. Hold on. Center of the wound is 10 3/8 inches below the top of the head and 4 5/8 inches to the right of the posterior midline of the body. Sharp left, super medial end. Here we go with those hard words. Wound direction is back to front, left to right, downward. Wound track is 5 1/2 inches deep, passes through the skin, fat, and muscles. Right side of the upper back, 1 1/8 inches on the skin surface. Center of the wound is 9 1/2 inches below the top of the head and 5 1/2 inches to the right midline or posterior midline of the body. And here we go with the hard words. Okay, there we go. Wound direction is back to front, right to left, and downward. Wound track is 3 inches deep, passes through the skin, fat, and muscle. Right side of the middle back, 1 inch. Okay, 1 inch on the skin surface. Center of the wound is 15 and 5/8 inches below the top of the head, and 6 and 1/4 inches to the posterior of the midline of the body. And here we go with the hard words for me, right here. Wound direction is back to front. Wound track is at least 7 inches deep. Perforate the skin, fat, muscle of the body wall. Penetrates into the right cavity. Penetrates 1/4 into the lower lobe of the right lung. Oh, man. Okay. Oh, wow. This is crazy, guys. Hold on. Okay. Far right side of the upper back. 3/4 inches on the skin surface. Center of the wound is 9 inches below the top of the head and 9 3/4 inches to the posterior midline of the body. Upper right end, sharp lower. Oh, it's all sharp, lower, and upper. Wound direction is back to front, slightly right to left. Wound track is 4 and 1/4 inches deep, passes through the skin, fat, and muscles. Right chest, 2 stab wounds. Okay. What is this? The right axillary line? What is that? What is that? Well, we're going to find out. Okay, transversely, 1 and 1/4 inches on the skin surface. Center of the wound is 17 inches below the head and 9 inches to the right of the posterior midline of the body. Sharp posterior end and sharp anterior end. Wound direction is right to left. Wound track is 4 and 1/4 inches deep as it passes through the skin, muscle, and fat of the body wall. The wound track then continues another 3 inches as it passes through the lower recess of the right pleural cavity. Then it perforates the base of the lower lobe of the right lung. And it penetrates into the right lobe of the liver. Oh, God. Okay, this is the right supraclav. I don't know what that is, but we're going to read it. 1/2 inch on the skin surface. Center of the wound, 8.5 inches below the top of the head, 2.5 inches in the right of the interior midline of the body. Okay, here we go with those words. Sharp left. Wound direction is downward. Wound track is 1 and 1/4 inches deep, passes through skin, fat, muscle. In association with 6 wounds that penetrate into the chest, wounds 3, 5, 6, 7, 12, and 14, there were 250 milliliters of blood and clots in the right cavity. There were 500 milliliters of blood of clots in the left chest cavity. There was 100 meters of blood and clots in the pericardial cavity. And associated with 2 wounds that continue through the diagram of the liver, wounds 5 and 14, there's a trace amount of blood in the liver. Neck, 2 stab wounds. Back of the neck at the base of the skull, 3/8 inches on the skin surface. Center of the wound is 6 inches below the top of the head, 3/4 inches to the right of the midline of the body. Sharp left medial end, sharp lateral end. Wound direction back to front. Wound track is 2 inches deep, passes through skin, fat, and muscle. 17. Right side of the back of the neck at the base of the skull, 1.5 on the skin surface. Center of the wound is 6 inches deep below the top of the head, 2 3/4 inches to the right of the midline body. Sharp left medial, I'm saying it wrong, I know I am, and a sharp lateral end. Wound direction is downward. Wound track is 3 1/4 inches deep, passes through the skin, back muscle. There were multiple incision wounds on the neck. There was one incised wound on the left hand. Oh my God, here we go. You guys, this is insane. Okay, let me take a break. I gotta take a drink. I am not a professional podcaster, just so you know. Misty, thank you for giving me a like on Facebook. Where is everybody? Oh my God. Yes, I'm not kidding. I want to look at your, yes. I would never sleep next to her. I'm sorry. She planned all this. This was all premeditated her. Now this is my opinion and what I think, and I'm just speculating. I feel she got nicked there, but I feel Dee was already gone. That's what I think. Everyone knows I have a grade A psychopath letter. Yes. Yep. What attorney goes and moves with a client? Or, it's so stupid. Life without parole, and there is another floor on the building. Didn't even know if someone got unalived. It was not planned. I don't know what that means. I didn't know that. Jeez, I can't type. I think they're sick. Brian is still, even with all this stuff coming out, I'm sick that he's saying, all he does is talk about Gypsy. It is so gross. And get over it. But she's probably messaging him. And that's all the attention he's getting because of that. So that probably went to his head. He's making some money off it, which I don't blame him, kind of, because she used him. But he's like, nobody knows Gypsy. I know the real Gypsy. Oh, no, you don't. Oh, no, you don't. I can't wait to continue going through those emails. I know. Yep. I've never seen anything like this. Someone that unalived their mother gets all this attention and free stuff. That's saying a lot to the younger generation that let's go do this to my parent. I can get famous and get out of prison. Do you know what's crazy about her daughter's name? Gypsy had that name picked out. They lived in Aurora. It's in one of the videos I posted. You guys. She already had that name picked out when she was doing all those videos. How creepy. It's not as deep as it. Well, should see her neck. She was 23. She could have packed her shit and left. It was very simple. She had still been a minor. She could have called her dad. And her dad knew what was going on. If I were Ken, I'd sleep with. I know. For sure, especially with so much attention they got from people, doctors. Yeah. She got her teeth picked. She got a nose job free. I wish I could. I think she was gone too. I do. I just get it. This video evidence in their hands. I should find the videos. The police officers, investigators that investigated this case were very upset that Gypsy got a sweetheart deal like this, because they know this was premeditated and she got a man that's autistic. Okay? Let's do this. I never thought about being gone already. I know, you guys. I'm not kidding. From the wounds that I've seen, they wouldn't treat Aaron Cappy that way. Who's that? I don't know who that is. Huh. Okay, let's get back to it. All right. Oh, boy. There were multiple. Did I already read this? Oh, my God. Okay, no, I didn't. Incised wounds on the neck. There was one incised. I don't know that word. Is it incised or insist? Insist? Wound on the left hand. Transversely across the back of the neck at 7 inches below the top of the head. The wound is 7 1/8 in length, penetrates up to 3 inches into soft tissue of the neck, to the end of the space between the spinous process of the cervical vertebrae. Wow! 6 and 7. You can't tell me that ain't deep. Transversely on the left side of the back of the neck at 6 inches below top of the head. The wound is 3/4 inch in length. Superficial scratch. The right side of the back of the neck and the lower jaw. On the skin surface of the wound is 4 1/4 inches. The center of the wound is 6 1/2 inches below at the top of the head and 4 1/2 inches to the right posterior midline of the neck. The anterior end of the wound is forked, indicating a 4 1/4 inch wound had been produced by at least 2 cutting motions. The wound penetrates 3 1/4 into the soft tissue of the neck to the end of the right side of the cervical spine. Transversely on the right side of the neck, there are multiple parallel superficial cuts. The center of the cluster of the cuts are 7 3/4 inches below the top of the head and 4 3/4 inches on the right side of the midline of the neck. On the left hand, there is superficial cut, 3/8 inches in length. The cut is radical side of the dorsal aspect of the fourth digit. So, yeah. External exam. The body was cool, and it was the early stages of decomp characterized by passing of rigor mortis. Drying of the fingertips, darkening of the skin and face, skin slippage on the face and upper chest. Vic's lividity was present. Oh, what's that word? Internally. The scalp hair was light brown and was short. The lobes were cosmetically pierced. There were bloody fluids on the face, in the nose, and the mouth. The ears and nose were unremarkable. The eyes and the white sclera and injected conjunctive, cloudy corneas obstructed with irides. The nose was obese and had no masses. The thorax was I don't know these words. There were postpartum puncture wounds in the right upper quadrant of the abdomen. What? Really? Huh. Okay. There was scar 6 inches long alongside of the right of the costal margin. There's a transverse 5-inch scar across the lower abdomen. This must be from her surgeries. I'm taking it. The abdomen was obese. The genitalia was in normal adult female. There was a tattoo on the left side of her back. There were tattoos on the lateral side. Oh. lower parts of her leg. There was a 6 1/4 inch of longitude scar on the back of the lower part of the left leg. Extremities, back had no deformities. There was nail polish on the fingernails and toenails. Internal. Let me take a break. Look at the chat. Whew. From that kid. Yep. Oh. That's sick. I know. I agree with you. There you are, listen from the bushes where you've been. All right, I'm going to get back to it. You guys, I have a problem pronouncing words. Plus, I have a problem reading. Okay? It's always been a struggle, but hey. All right, here we go. Internal. The autopsy was performed with the Y shape. Okay? You know the Y shape they do. Except for the apparent remote surgical absence of the gallbladder, uterus, ovaries, tubes. God. Viscera was in their normal positions except for the above previously described injuries as follows. Head. No abnormality was noted in the reflected scalp. Oh my God. Look at these words. Okay, there's good. Nothing happened here. There's no epidural, subdural, whatever, hemorrhages. The 1275 GM brain had no lesions. I'm not reading the big words. There are no uncal growing. It was the cerebrovascular system was unremarkable. The cerebrotransverse sections of the hemisphere, brainstem, no pre-existing lesions. There were no hemorrhages or abnormalities of the cervical or the soft tissue of the neck, larynx, trachea. The high bone was intact. Her heart. The heart was 405 grams. Heart was enlarged. The normal female weight was 5'2" and a female range of 161 grams. Wow. To 382 grams with an average weight of 248 grams. Why can't they just use, our kind of words? Okay. The heart had otherwise unremarkable epidural surface with moderate amount of, whatever that word is again, fat. The coronary arteries had no evidence of disease. No thrombi was present in the coronary arteries. The left ventricular posture wall thickness was 1.3 centimeters. Septal thickness was 1.3 centimeters. The right wall thickness was 0.3 centimeters. The valves were unremarkable. Okay, and then it says all these things here. Okay, 14.5, and I think it's centimeter. Oh, it's centimeters. Palm area is 7.2 centimeters. Material was 9.5 centimeters. Artec is 6.1. The 4 heart chambers was unremarkable. The foramen oval was closed. There was no, okay. There was no defects, okay. There was no mural, whatever, in the heart chambers. So her heart was good. There were no abnormalities in the muscles. What's this? What's this footnote here? It brings up these doctors' age-related changes in the human hearts during the first 10 decades of life. Okay. Oh. Brown without evidence of scarring. No thrombary. I don't know that word. Within the pulmonary artery, the lining of the aorta had no evidence of whatever that is. The major arteries are great, and great veins had normal distributions. Respiratory system. Larynx and trachea were unremarkable. The right and left lungs weighed 235 grams and 185 grams, respectively, that's not respectively, and were partially collapsed due to, what's that? Hemothorax. The lungs had mild, okay, and was nearly bloodless. The pulmonary arteries, bronchi, and their major branches were unremarkable. She had no cysts, lesions, nodules. The liver was excessively firm due to fibrosis, and also had the yellow, tan, and greasy from fatty change. The gallbladder was absent. The remainder of the bilateral tract was unremarkable. Okay, what's this? The spleen had smooth surfaces, dark purple. Pulp was soft and oozing, obstructed, oh my God, whatever these words are, marking. There was no significant, that word. The rib bone marrow was red, unremarkable. What's this? Okay. Color due to blood loss. Esophagus, stomach, small bowel, colon were unremarkable. The appendix was not present. The stomach had 300 grams of contents consisting of food. No pills. I was wondering about that. No pills. You guys, no pills. Let me come to chat. See, I thought maybe that Gypsy gave her medicine to put her to sleep. She had no pills in her stomach. Oh, I didn't know that comment was still there. Thank you. I try really hard, you guys. Sometimes when I read, the words like go away or they become one. Does that make sense? So I gotta take a break. Okay. It's not what you think. Oh, it ain't? Oh, it's nothing to do with diamonds? Oh. It's crafty. Oh. Oh, paint by numbers? Oh, I remember doing that. Okay, I gotta take a drink. I drink alone and talk to the walls. Okay, let's do this. Pancreas is good. It's firm. It don't have nothing going on. Okay, the thyroid was normal. Adrenal glands were unremarkable with golden yellow, brown, whatever. Pituitary gland was unremarkable. The kidneys, the right and left, weighed 120 grams and the other one weighed 125 grams. Respectively, each kidney had a smooth surface. Let's see. It had pale, whatever that word is, due to blood loss, and had otherwise normal, whatever those words are, but you get it right, people. There are no changes in the uterus and bladders. The uterus, because her uterus, fallopian tubes, ovaries were gone. Except for the noted above injuries, all muscles and skeleton were free of significant abnormalities. Toxology analysis. Okay. Samples of the vitreous fluid, pudor of the cavity, blood, and the liver were submitted to the St. Louis University Forensic Toxology. Toxology screening of the blood was negative for drugs of abuse. No alcohol was detected in the blood. Why are we doing this again? Summary autopsy findings. We already went through this. We already went through that. In my opinion, Dee Dee, a 40-year-old white female, died of injuries of the neck, back, chest, and abdomen due to 17 wounds and multiple incised wounds. See, I'm telling you, I think she did those. But I don't know. She can't even say that she did anything. Oh, here we go. Let's look at them. Here we got one here. Oh, yeah, look at all those. Okay, that's to her side. Okay, here's her head. Incised wound here. This is wound. Incision wound. Incision wound. Incision wound. Stab wound. Look at that. Look at that, people. Multiple superficial incised wounds. Her hands. Just that one right there. What's this? Oh, okay, here we go. Toxology. Alcohol. Everything's negative. Everything's negative here. Everything's negative. What about the medication she was on to help her stay alive? If she's a diabetic, she needs her insulin. The truth will never be out there anyways. Cuts off valves upon request. This is crazy. What's this? It says history. Found down at home, multiple stabs. Medication available. Blood, liver, brain, whatever that is. Alcohol, unknown. I don't know. Alright. Is this the same thing? Alright. Gypsy, next to kin. I don't know what this is. It's a bunch of nothing. Okay, medical history, diabetes and cancer and other. Isn't that sad? I had no idea she had cancer. Okay, look at this. Nature of condition, poor. They're saying here, I think, that she was in poor health. I don't know. Oh, we're done. Whew. How about that? Hello, everybody. Can you please hit the like button and become a member if you want? That'd be cool. Oh my god, my neck. Oh my god. Remember yesterday and I told you guys, did you hear that crack? Something's been weird ever since. Okay, let's look at the comments here. I have a thing for Chris. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I do too, but I don't have any. Maybe I'll check that out. I get bored. I want to get some amethyst and some others. I need crystals around me. They get bored soon enough. I'm going to talk about my dad. You guys, I was sad last night. What's new? Okay, my emotions are up and down. But I was laying in bed trying to get to sleep. And I'm so sad about my dad. I know me and him have our thing, and I thought about this, right? And I want to live my life, but when he's gone, what am I going to do, right? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do, you guys. Oh, fuck. Is she? Me either. Oh, cool. That'd be nice. My dad. Wait, we think the cancer spread. He's got malignant neoplasm cancer. I'm so sick of this shit. I'm so sick of death. I really am. I don't even know how I'm making it, people, mentally. Like I told you, I'm badass and I gotta suck everything up, right? And I called my oldest son and told him, I'm trying to protect everybody's feelings and stuff. The same thing I did with my mom and be strong for them. Because him and my dad are close, and I told him what's going on, and this is what they're saying to me, because it's like, he had that more testing on Thursday to see if the cancer spread, and this is what I get. Well, let me know. It's not like, how are you doing? Do you need anything? I don't get it. I don't understand it. My dad's got cancer. His cancer's back. And my daughter just died. I haven't even got to deal with that yet. I know, right? I want to live my life, but I haven't lived my. Yes, I have. I lived it with my mom. I'm sorry. I got to get it right. Since 2012, because I've been here taking care of my parents. Yeah, I'm cool. I have one set up. I got to find the password, so I think I got to start over. But yes, I'm doing Wade Wilson. Heck yeah, I ain't missing it. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. It's okay. You want to see my baby? Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I got to take this note. 31.
Hi, Precious.
And you're wrong, by the way. It's not Skid Row.
I know it ain't.
Who is it?
Tabitha. Hi. You hi?
Yeah,
Mama loves you.
I love
You do? I love you more.
you. I love you even more.
You think so?
Yeah,
I think you're beautiful.
Almost.
I think you're beautiful.
You're precious.
It's a ballast tape.
And you're my girl. It's Cinderella.
Can you give more detail?
So there's that. Sorry. Sorry, I just had a moment. Where am I? You lost your mom today? What? Yeah, my dad had cancer. We found out in 2020. And I took him. We started treatment, radiation. I took him to the hospital every day for 3 months, except for weekends, to get radiation. And during that, my mom found out my mom had cancer in her lungs, went to her brain, and she died 29 days later. It's been rough. It's been rough. It's all right. I'm okay. I mean, I'll be okay. It's okay. Here she is. Oh, boy. Yep. I was visiting her. I was with her 4 or 5 days, came home, and she died 9 days later. 25 and 17. Oh, okay. Like, what the hell? See, because I have nobody, so you guys are my people and have helped me through this, because I would never talk about what's going on in my life until last year. Since we're talking about kids, I better get them all out there, right? Here's me, my oldest son. Here's me, my youngest. Here's me, my oldest girl. And here's Tabitha and Kayla. Yeah. That's why I'm seeing my doctor on Wednesday. He knows everything about me. He's been my doctor since 2003. He knows more than anybody in this whole world. I know, aren't they? I'm biased. I'm biased. It is. It's a lot. No, I don't. I'm by myself. You guys are my support system, and that's the honest to God truth. Well, you know what? I talked to my mom. You guys, my mom is my best friend. Okay, she had me when she was 16, and I took care of her from 2012. I moved into the building my parents lived in, and then I can't think right now. I can't think. Sorry, guys. Until she died. Here goes my phone again. I thought I shut it off. Oh well. But you know what? I wouldn't have it any other way because you know what? My dad and me have a love-hate thing. People know that, but I wouldn't forgive myself for not taking care of him. And I told my brother that. I said to my brother, I only got one brother, and we don't have a relationship except for lately. And I said, I understand why you're not going to help or anything, but if I need something, he said he'd help me. But he don't want to help my dad. Okay, that's his choice. Nothing I can do about that. Yeah, I know. I know, aren't they beautiful? The one girl, Kayla, she did some kind of modeling. She was a cheerleader, all that. Oh, you're in Texas? I would say where I live, but it's dangerous for me because I get a lot of hate on here. As a creator, you do. Even as a sub, you can. But I would have no problem telling people where I'm at. But I've had some weird shit in the last year happen because of that Wade Wilson case. Okay? And people are weird and psycho. I don't want to get harmed. I don't want anybody to get harmed in my life. Right? I could never do that to somebody. I couldn't. I don't know how come these people do that. Oh, God. Anyway, so I talked to my mom, okay, when I was laying in bed. And I told her to go be with my dad to comfort him in a way. You know what I mean? My mom's not here no more, but I still talk to her. And she's with my dad. I don't know if you believe in the spirit world, but I do. I don't know. I do. Thank you. We need to do a live. You guys, Amber's got a channel, and I did not know. Amber, me, we went halves on some of Wade Wilson's crime scene photos. We're not paying $50,000, okay? We're not doing that. I'm going to get a little bit at a time of the case file. Where am I? Sorry, where am I with these comments? It doesn't have a relationship I do with my dad. Oh my gosh, really? Yeah, my family is really dysfunctional. Well, almost all of them are dead. I'm going to be honest, they are. Like, I don't have no grandparents, nothing, aunties. I think I have maybe 3, 4, because everybody dies so young. It's crazy. From cancer, you guys. I know I would, but there's weirdos. I know that. I think a lot of times it falls on the females to be caregivers. I think we can handle more emotionally. I agree. I agree with that. No, he won't go. He was Friday. I can't remember what day. I walked into his apartment, and my dad don't show pain or anything like that. He's like 74, and he don't show emotions or anything. He don't. He's maybe told me he loves me twice in my life. That's when he was drunk, right? So that kind of gives you an example. But anyways, I walked in there. He was holding his lower abdomen, um, rocking back and forth. He was in pain. I'm like, oh my god, do I gotta take you to the hospital? He's like, yeah, you going to the fucking hospital? I'm like, Dad. He goes, I can't handle this pain no more. And you don't like taking medication. I said, hey, want to take some ibuprofen or anything? And he actually took some Tylenol. But the last time he went to the hospital, they put a tube down his nose and draining the green poison out of him. And he was there for 4 weeks. So he ain't going nowhere. He's afraid that's going to happen. And I had to promise him I would not put him in a nursing home. After I lost my mom, everything changed. Yeah. Oh, that's nice. I'm by myself. I've been divorced. Dance practice outside? Okay. Yeah, you just let me know when you want to go live. We can do it. I'm not doing nothing. I just sit here. Guys. It's that generation. My dad's the same. He broke his damn foot and tried to act like he was okay. Yeah, my dad don't have any choice with things with me right now. All the doctors call me. Everything's in this portal. I do. Hey, my dad got his first cell phone recently, and it was the flip phone. I'm like, oh my god, you're a dork. I'm like, I was trying to teach him how to use my phone. But what was I saying about him? I don't know. He's very stubborn. He's very fucking mean, too. It's the honest God truth about that man. But that's okay. I'm going to be here for him. I thought I was going to be done with everything after my mom died, right? Nope, still couldn't leave. Still couldn't leave. I'm still worried about him. But yeah. So there's that. Okay, let me look. There's something here. Oh, I just can't. I don't think there's anything else. Huh. Okay, I think I'm gonna go for now. Amber, let me know if you're gonna go live because I'll do a notification. We're gonna do some Wade Wilson stuff. She's got some new info. So that's exciting. Something new. New. I think I gotta do some his incident reports from prison. Alright, everybody. I love you all. Thank you for everything. Yes, outside for. Oh, gosh. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go do. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go check on him, but maybe clean. I don't know. No, thank you. Appreciate you guys being here. Thank you. Bye-bye.